It's a week of championships, the high of a racing season. Some of the world's best drivers are in town. A rare moment to get together and do what they usually do, race.
When it comes to race simulations, of course, I've done that since a super young age, and just enjoy it.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see what these guys can put down.
Now with VR, we'd like to say it comes from pure data, but in the end, it really comes down to knowing what it should feel like. And that's why we bring pros in all the time to validate our models, just like the pros we have here tonight.
One more go.
Okay, yeah. The thing's moving all over the place. And when you watch from the outside, it looks like it's going to be crazy, but when you get in the car and you're actually doing it, all the motion that it's giving you is kind of what you'd expect to do anyway.
Knowing some of these guys since day one really helps us to push each other to the next level, especially when you can trust the other driver and really put it on his door like we do when we're battling our friends out there on the track.
It's definitely a relaxed atmosphere. I can do it in my sweatshirt pretty easily. And there's 130 degrees inside our race car, like on a cool day. You're not going to be able to simulate that unless you put us in an oven.
A new sun rises and casts its brilliant glow on a weekend of champions. For Action Motorsports, it's the pinnacle ending of the season. Drivers, teams, and fans seizing one last moment of glory in victory lane. For most, that moment is a podium finish, but a podium finish is the least of worries for two teammates heading into a critical doubleheader dogfight.
This is day one of a two-day race. It is the final round of Global Rallycross in 2016. Scott and I came in here 13 points apart. I was leading by 13 points. He out-qualified me. I had a few engine issues, so he's got a really good shot at it. You never know in Rallycross what's going to happen in the final. We're going to battle it out today and then start from zero and scratch and do it all over again tomorrow.
Like a reoccurring dream, on the grid, Tanner Foust and Scott Speed are in again a narrow points battle for the Red Bull Global Rallycross Championship.
We've been the fastest car here since we rolled it off the truck in practice, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it just stays that way and nothing breaks, and we should be celebrating on Monday.
They are the favorites to win, one or the other. Everybody wants a moment from a potential champion.
Back here? I'll come grab you. The practice session's over?
Their only chance to focus happens in the space between.
Okay.
Can I fire it up?
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing, by the way?
Good, how about you?
Good.
For other teams looking for a chance, the only way to stop these two is to take them out.
They know that if we get 0 points, then somebody else has a chance at the championship.
The only high-speed motorsport that allows certain contact on the track, Red Bull Global Rallycross can quickly turn into a cage fight. In cages, on wheels.
Honestly, this is one of those tracks you really need to be first in qualifying. I hate this track. It'll get fun, but there's no straight line ever, right? It's a weird track.
I got the best spot to have because even if Tanner gets a better jump, it's not like I'm lifting until I get to the corner unless he completely clears me. So he's in a tough spot in second. If we finish 1-2, then he still holds a little bit of an advantage for the championship going in tomorrow.
Tanner, what's it going to take to stay in front of this guy and pull off a championship?
It's just going to take good qualifying, a good start, and get through that first, second, and third corner clean.
So if Tanner's on your left, Scott, are you driving any differently than if it's Arpin or Deegan or somebody else on your left? No?
Yeah.
This year's field of drivers is a league of giants. Experienced, fierce, and quick to adapt. Each can see their opportunities for glory in the corners of turns 1 and 2 and the Joker lap. For drivers to reach this level, cutting corners was never an option, but a necessary skill. A decisive instinct that recognized the split-second opportunity in a moment of chaos, and readiness that matures with time in the chair. Mitchell DeYoung has practically grown up in that seat.
The car is pretty natural to drive. It's just one thing, getting used to the power, getting used to kind of like techniques.
On the front line against icons Brian Deegan and Tanner Foust, supercar rookie DeYoung not only finds himself in their massive shadow, but in their wakes as well. A 2014 GRC Lights champion, DeYoung has forged his way up the ranks by learning 2 essential languages, pavement and dirt.
He goes door to door with Austin Dine. Oh, on board!
Tonight's episode of Motorclub is brought to you by Volkswagen. This presentation is also made possible by Red Bull Global RallyCross and also by Odyssey Batteries, extreme power and performance.
Meanwhile, in Irwindale, California,
it's a lot of feeling going into this event. This track is a track that I started my drifting, and this is a track that I won the event first time in my life.
a champion arrives for what may be his last race in the series.
What's up, guys? Morning. How are you? What's going on?
Formula Drift driver Dai Yoshihara. It's a question that lingers, a decision that he delays.
Cool. I like that. Let's use that tonight at 7.
For Dai Yoshihara, the desire has never faded. And whenever he shows up, he brings his signature smile and spirit he's always had since the early days of professional drifting.
But the early days are gone, and the players have shifted. For Dai Yoshihara and Ken Gushi, the competition is knocking at their door. And with the spotlight comes the attention.
It's just a crazy circus out there. Cars have never been faster, and you really have to be on point starting from practice all the way to the battles. So it's just crazy how the sport has evolved within just a matter of a few events. Round after round, these drivers get better and better, and it's just so hard to be on top all the time.
Hit the wall right there.
Keep going.
Wow.
Keep drifting after that.
I'm not gonna hit it.
As soon as I start drifting on the bank, the steering gets heavy and I can't turn in. So I'm struggling with keeping up the momentum, the rhythm coming off the bank. Just one issue after another with steering. Nothing we can do about it, but push through and hopefully finish strong here.
Get some rest, drink some water. We'll be back on in a few hours. Yeah.
Like qualified first. Anytime number one feels good, even though it's a qualifying. But from there on, I still have to earn it to achieve something that I want.
He can't stay on the bank. He drops low.
Yeah.
So
that means he's fast. He's grippy, right?
Well, I don't know. He looked pretty consistent. But you have more grip.
Right.
So it's your weapon. You got this.
Tyler versus NG.
Charles.
Wang.
Considered to be one of the sport's greatest drivers, Dai Yoshihara looks beyond the horizon, beyond racing.
Are you up first?
Yeah.
Who are you up against?
Jeff.
Think, man. You got it. I got this. There you go. That's what we want to hear. All right, bro. You know what you gotta do? Good run. You pulled a gap on him on the bank. Advantage you on the bank, advantage G. He was able to suck in on outer zone 2, but you got this, bro. You got this.
Tonight's episode of Motorclub is brought to you by Volkswagen. This presentation is also made possible by Red Bull Global RallyCross and also by Odyssey Batteries, extreme power and performance.
Scott Speed closes in on the championship leader, Tanner Foust, by 5.
After Saturday's victory and round 1 of a season-ending doubleheader, Scott Speed stood only 4 points behind teammate Tanner Foust for the overall points championship.
We had a meeting with Michael Andretti and Clark from Volkswagen, and kind of the attitude is that they would really like us to try to be as clean as we can today.
Championship is now on. Who's going to be the 2016 champion? Leading into the first corner, it's going to be Patrick Sandell.
Off the line, Patrick Sandell charged into the lead, with Speed gaining at his heels. Tanner Foust scrambled into third, with all 3 drivers closing in.
Deegan hard up the inside, using all the apex curve. He is right there on Tanner Foust. Scott Speed in second place there with the 41. Wants to get ahead of Sandell, and he's going to do it. He's going to do it, not quite. He's gone wide. Speed might be up on the inside, and he's going to make it stick, and he goes through to the lead. Sandell loses an opportunity, and here goes Deegan. Deegan's going to get the drive, but it's not quite going to work. Yes, it is! Deegan does it! Wow! Deegan leads with a lap and a half to go, and the championship might be going to Scott Speed.
Foust would now have to finish ahead of Speed to protect his lead for the championship.
The championship could go to Tanner Foust if he can get by Sandell and get to Scott Speed. He'll have just over 1 lap to do it.
But that would never happen.
Brian Deegan is going to win here in Los Angeles.
Brian Deegan secured his first Rallycross win in 5 years.
But the 2016 Red Bull Global Rallycross Championship is going to go to Scott Speed.
For Michael Andretti and Volkswagen Andretti Rallycross, having the manufacturer's championship and the season's top 2 drivers felt almost too easy.
It's really good when you listen to me. I'll tell you what.
For Scott Speed, who won his 2nd consecutive Supercar championship, the fight to win is something he shares with every driver in this extraordinary generation.
We got a great team. We have such a strong team, and obviously Tanner and I work so well together. I don't think we've ever touched each other in the last 5 years out here. So, I mean, we race each other clean, we work hard, we help each other. It's a great camaraderie and great teamship.
Oh, I'm so pumped. So I went to the Joker, got to lead, and I just took a deep breath and said, I'm checking. And I just took off, and I'm like, yeah.
I'm just gutted for our team. It's great for Scott and for the team as a whole to take 1 and 2 in the championship, but today was such a tease. You know, I gave everything I had, and I just feel gutted for my guys who crank on this car and put it back together so many times this year.
And always a model sportsman and champion, Tanner's disappointment is put behind him. His loyalty to fans and those drawn to his charisma is always strong.
Down.
Copy that.
Today, a champion once again stands on the podium.
Second place,
A second-place finish has Dai Yoshihara with an uncertain future.
I know you think that life's hard, but it can get easy.
Daijiro Yoshihara has been there since day one, just like me. He's just an amazing driver with awesome style, and I love driving with him because he brings a whole different element to the table coming from Japan.
When I did my first event, I didn't expect drifting's gonna be this big. I'm sure we all thought like, oh, this might be something. This could be something big in the future. Our dream came true.
So I just hope and pray that I can get away. 'Cause things can't stay the same. Feel like I'm locked away. I need to make a change. I need to turn the page.
To be a competitor, you have to have heart and determination. A podium finish is a mark of an achievement few experience in their season, let alone their lifetime. The wins and losses. No one is alone. Every driver, every team and fan. It's what brings the community together. It's what distinguishes the club as something special.
Supercar champion, winner of rounds 1, 2, 5, and 10 this season, number 34, Tanner Foust.
Here in LA, we have very long corners. It's really finding the balance of the car and sustaining that balance at the limit of all 4 tires for a long period of time. And so it's really the onus is on the suspension engineers to help us make sure that all 4 tires are getting used so that you can really transition all that grip from steering to accelerating as smoothly as possible.
Driving the Volkswagen for a 20 RallyCross, Scott Speed!
We were able to win out all of our heats and we get the first starting position. Thanks. Tanner will be alongside of us. If he comes out of the first corner in second, would be pretty lucky actually, you know, because the guy behind me I'm sure is gonna be right on my tail.
Get out 15 minutes, let's start practice.
Okay, yeah, we got 5 to 10 minutes.
We just need to have a clean start, and if we have that, then I don't see any reason why we can't just stay out in the lead and have a nice drama-free race and collect us 50 points.
Tell Daddy about the big show. Did you see?
It's enormous. Go get my race car? Yeah. Okay, help me up. Pull!
Pull Daddy up!
VW have already dominated and won the Manufacturers' Championship. It's between Foust and Speed. As they go through turn 1, Tanner Foust is looking see if he can go around the outside, but it's not quite going to happen. Got Speed leading this race ahead of his teammate, Tanner Foust. Foust chases Speed. We're riding on board with the Honda, and there's David Higgins being pushed, and this is Air Honda. Tanner Foust with some tire smoke. Tires get completely battered.
Scott Speed absolutely rolls the power on. He's the fastest guy on track. Beatles 1-2 here in Los Angeles.
Foust will take the Joker.
Could get him just close enough to put a bumper on Scott Speed.
Into the Joker, there goes Scott. It's too far ahead. Scott Speed closes in on the championship leader, Tanner Foust, by 5 points here.
Our Volkswagen Beetle is super fast here, which is great. No mechanical problems for tomorrow, so hopefully start off on the right foot tomorrow with qualifying, and we'll take it from there.
It was in this turn right here. Must be rubbing the bodywork. No,
I saw it actually. I was watching it come off the tire in circles.
Formula Drift, Irwindale Speedway, where street racing became legitimate. Heading to the weekend as the championship's current points leader, Chris Forsberg will be watching over his shoulder.
Trying to play it safe and be cool and keep it together out there. There's other drivers that are just going for a top 10 or a top 5 finish overall. And those are actually the guys that you got to watch out for, because they're the wild cards. They're throwing down. They got nothing to lose.
We are currently sitting in 6th place in the championships with absolutely no chance to win it. Our goal for the weekend is to pretty much just take it all the way to the top and sort of mess with the championship points and give the boys a little something to run for.
To get result, you have to take a risk. You have to be really close to the wall. You have to be really close to the guy in front of you. But if you hit, your day might be over. You can play safe, but you can't really go all out and lose everything.